2018.
One Communications is introducing world-class internet to Bermuda. It's called FiberWire, a state-of-the-art fiber optic network designed to deliver next-level connectivity to the island. What does that mean? Lightning-fast downloads, Ultra HD 4K streaming, an incredibly reliable connection. And we're automatically boosting our customers' current internet speed for free. Switch to One's FiberWire today and get the internet the way it's meant to be, fast. One gives you more.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Monday, September 25th, 2017. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. It was one of the major planks in the Progressive Labour Party's election platform, and one that may well have garnered them a significant number of votes. But don't expect to see any real movement on the phasing out of middle schools anytime soon. Gary Moreno has the story.
The island's middle schools and their success or failure have been a long-standing issue for the public education system, with even the Hopkins report suggesting the introduction of middle schools was not such a good idea. And while the Minister of Education, Diallo Rabane, is adamant their phasing out will be a reality, it's not clear whether it will happen even during this first term of the new PLP government.
As we look into that, right now we have lots of things on our plate that we're looking to get right with education, and phasing out middle schools, while it is one of them, it is a long-term goal of ours, and as those plans are brought to fruition, we will release them and let the public know how it's going to work.
This, the Minister acknowledges, must involve all stakeholders with significant and perhaps lengthy discussions on what this process will look like. Given that scenario, then, how long before the discussions begin?
Our highest priority first was to get the schools open. And as we stated, we've got Delwood being the last one. The next thing we want to do is have a comprehensive review of all of our schools, a building review, a proper building review of all of our schools to see what state they're in. And the next thing we're working on is the strategic plan. We have had discussions about how the strategic plan will fit into the phasing out of middle schools, and it's something that's an ongoing discussion.
It's no secret that very often promises made on the hustings fail to materialize. Minister Rabane, though, saying that will not be the case in this instance, although he could not give a time frame as to when the process will begin, even when pressed on the issue.
It will happen. We will phase back to a two-tier system, but it will not happen overnight. And I will not be pushed or bullied into saying it'll happen by this date or it won't happen by this date. It will happen. It'll be something that is carefully thought about and something that is carefully crafted to prevent any disruption within the school system.
The minister telling us government is well aware of the political backlash that could occur should this initiative not come to fruition, but assures that this is not about politics.
Everything that we do is for the interest of our students and our children and making sure that they have the best possible school experience, and we do everything that needs to be done in order to ensure their future in Bermuda is bright.
Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, rule changes, court matters, and understaffing at the Department of Immigration combining to create a backlog in the processing of immigration applications, a situation which was among those highlighted in the recently released Ombudsman's Report 2016. Gary Moreno brings us up to date.
Last year, the Office of the Ombudsman received a total of 35 complaints of unreasonable delay in the Department of Immigration's processing of outstanding applications. There were also complaints that the department did not give sufficient reasons for the delays, nor were applicants provided revised timeframes for processing their applications. The majority of those applications submitted in 2014 included applications for Bermudian status, naturalization as a British Overseas Territory citizen, and permanent residency certificates. In one instance, the delay prevented the applicant from making arrangements about when and where he wished to study abroad. The Office of the Ombudsman contacted Immigration to learn the status of the application, revealing a considerable backlog of applications due to a number of complex issues. In the ensuing months, the Ombudsman continued to receive complaints on immigration applications, leading to a shift in focus on the systemic issues highlighted by the complaints, rather than focusing on specific applications. Thus, the Ombudsman began began a formal investigation into the delays and the communication of these delays to applicants. The increase in applications had to do with a 2013 decision by the Immigration Appeal Tribunal, which granted status to a PRC holder. The tribunal initially required the department to create a new process for Section 20B applicants, leading to the controversial Pathways to Status initiative. The Ombudsman found that increased numbers of applications and no increase in staffing levels meant delays in the department's standard processing timeframes. For approximately 1 year following a 2014 court decision requiring immigration to implement a temporary application process to allow for PRC holders to apply for Bermudian status, little, if any, action was taken or resources made available to address this increase or to notify applicants of the inordinately long waiting periods. In late 2015, efforts by the ministry and the department were made to address the backlog, with a firm enlisted to assist with the administrative responsibilities required to process applications. The department was short-staffed due to resignations, unfilled posts, and hiring freezes. In fact, there had been only one senior officer who was trained and available to carry out the final vetting before the department sent the applications to the ministry for its final determination. This, the Ombudsman states, placed an unfair and unrealistic burden on this officer to process these applications while carrying out other demands, including new requirements for the processing of British Overseas Territory citizens' passports. However, the ministry has since hired temporary support staff, and through acknowledging the problem, collective efforts have notably reduced the department's backlog on these applications. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, health officials have decided to reopen Tobacco Bay Beach to swimmers after further tests showed bacteria levels previously present in the water dropped to within the normal range. You'll recall the Ministry of Health closing the popular beach last week after bacteria levels in the water were found to be too high. The department conducts regular testing of seawater as part of its seawater monitoring program island-wide. We'll stay with us with more news in tonight's AccuWeather forecast after the break.
More people today rely on Mailboxes U.S. Express to bring their internet shopping into Bermuda than any other shipping service. Why? Because it's cheaper, quicker, and our staff are friendlier. Large international couriers charge more than $80 to bring a 1-pound package into Bermuda. When you use U.S. Express, you pay only $19.50. So when you're shopping online, trust the service that brings in more packages to Bermuda than anyone else. Mailboxes U.S. Express. Sign up today.
Meet Bermuda pharmacists Ashley and Sean. They have completed a 5-year degree course in postgraduate training and are experts in medicines. Ashley, Sean, and their colleagues are here for you at your local pharmacy. To receive their advice, you don't need an appointment and you won't be kept waiting. For a skin rash to upset stomach, your pharmacist can help and may be able to provide medicines for minor illnesses without you having to see your doctor. And you will find a pharmacy open evenings, weekends, and holidays too. So next time, ask your pharmacist. This message is from the Bermuda Pharmaceutical Association.
Welcome to Parlerville Pharmacy. How can I help you?
Parlerville Pharmacy is a full-service retail pharmacy in the heart of Hamilton. We're your owner-operated independent community pharmacy with the friendly neighborhood service that sets us apart.
We take the time to get to know you.
Explain your medications.
And to answer any questions you may have.
If you have trouble keeping track of your prescriptions, over-the-counter medications, and vitamins, ask about our monitored dosage systems, or MDS. With the MDS packaging system, we'll actively manage your medications and simplify your life. We welcome special orders and requests for bespoke medications. You'll find a wide range of beauty and personal care products, including many high-quality European beauty and personal care items. We also have a travel section.
You can trust us
with your health and well-being,
and to provide you with caring, expert service.
Parlerville Pharmacy, your prescription for health.
Welcome back. The Minister of Social Development and Sports, Zane De Silva, expanded on 4 initiatives that were outlined in the recent throne speech, and high on the agenda is reducing financial assistance. Mike Sharp reports.
One move coming up in this legislative session will see the amendment of the Children Act.
Under the Children Act 1998, the court has the power to appoint litigation guardian, if it deems it necessary to do so in order to safeguard the interest of children. Further, the Act provides the minister the ability to establish panels of persons from whom litigation guardians may be appointed. Government will review and enhance the use of litigation guardians in Bermuda.
The minister said there will be a green paper on drug abuse.
Drug abuse remains a significant issue in today's society. The recent concern expressed for the possible introduction of fentanyl into Bermuda is but one example of why it is important to reformulate government's policy on drug prevention, abuse, and treatment. The government believes that by preparing and publishing a green paper on Bermuda drug policies, the public will be encouraged to provide feedback on a range of these topics. The Department of National Drug Control will spearhead preparation of a green paper and will seek input from across government and the public sector at large.
Several sports clubs are hurting financially, and Minister De Silva said they are setting up a loan guarantee, not a loan.
As the throne speech also notes, former governments have provided financial guarantees for wealthy sports competitions and tax exemptions for restaurants, nightclubs, and retailers. They have also provided loan guarantees for hotel construction and at-risk banks. This government believes that one of the ways to better utilize the government's financial influence is to make an investment in our society by assisting community and sporting clubs to become self-sufficient.
The fourth initiative is trimming financial assistance from its current $50 million a year.
At the same time, there's evidence that the way financial assistance is structured unfairly penalizes persons who have part-time jobs, since they find themselves unable to sustain their progress towards financial independence. We will examine that situation carefully and seek to make adjustments to policy and legislation so as to encourage people to wean off financial assistance and not remain on it forever. Therefore, government will undertake an initiative to reform the financial assistance program, including both policy and legislation. For example, we will look at requiring able-bodied unemployed persons who are receiving assistance to upgrade their education skills to facilitate them returning to the workforce as soon as possible. We will also reach out to the corporate Bermuda to encourage funding support together with government so that able-bodied persons on financial assistance can get their GED and make themselves more job-ready. This will require a sincere collaborative effort between business and government, since it is well recognized that the current expenditure of over $50 million per year that government spends on financial assistance is unsustainable.
And I'm Mike Sharp with Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, 10 years. That's how far behind the Bermuda government is in developing initiatives to combat the threat of global warming. So says environmental group Green Rock. As Jasmine Patterson reports, Green Rock does identify some areas of improvement contained in the 2017 throne speech.
It is likely Bermuda is not immune to the consequences of climate change. Evidence of record-breaking hurricane activity in the Caribbean has dominated the international news cycle. Despite this, Green Rock says they were disappointed the issue was not addressed in the throne speech.
I didn't see any reference to climate change, and, we need to get acting on this 10 years ago.
If the current trends continue, global warming poses a real threat to Bermuda.
Sea level rise, that can wipe us out. Also, with climate change, you're seeing ocean acidification, which poses a very real threat to our coral reefs. The coral is made of calcium carbonate. Acidic oceans pretty much dissolve that away. Without the reefs protecting us, hurricane impacts are going to have a greater erosion impact on us, and also it's going to impact our tourism.
Above all, Green Rock suggests the way to tackle this is to transition fully to renewable energy sources.
I'm loath to say that I would support existing diesel fossil fuel. However, if you give me an option of increasing renewable energy and maintaining the existing kind of diesel generators at Belco over an LNG, I would go for the renewable energy and the existing diesel until we can increase our renewable energy.
And there appears to be other energy sources available with much less risk.
We have a lot of potential which is underused. If you look at the city of Hamilton, there's all these city roofs. There's not a lot of solar panels on them. it's just a waste. We could put solar panels on there, and that will. I mean, solar technology is improving all the time, and it's becoming more cost-effective and more efficient. I'm not saying that we can transition to a fully 100% renewable energy society in the next year or two, but we can certainly get a start on that.
Some of the positives highlighted in the throne speech was a pledge for a more efficient public transport system, initiatives to promote recycling, and fees for plastic bag use, all applauded by Green Rock. But could government go further?
We would love to see electric buses or even a hybrid like fuel cell buses. I understand those were mooted earlier in the year with the previous government in their budget speech. So we're excited to work with the new government on those initiatives too. We think that'll be fantastic.
From your view, would you say that cost is the main issue?
I think so, yes, but you have to look at the full cost. I mean, if you're just looking at, yes, a diesel bus might be cheaper, but what is the long-term impact on our health?
Green Rock is also in support of the government's commitment to STEAM education programs that tie into Green Rock's Eco School program, now active in 23 schools. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
The West Indian Association will host a series of fundraising efforts to support Caribbean nations affected by Hurricanes Irma and Maria. During a press conference today, Suzanne Moore-Williams, representing the charity, explains the association's long-standing objective to provide aid to the Caribbean in times of need.
The West Indian Association strategy has historically been targeted towards more medium and long-term objectives, in that while we continue to liaise with those who are on ground or those who are already involved in immediate rescue and assistance, our focus in the short term is on fundraising activities, the proceeds of which we donate directly into specific projects related to rebuilding communities, health and education projects.
Acting Premier Braband details Bermuda's connection to the Caribbean and thanks the relief efforts already provided by locals.
I would just like to extend my gratitude on behalf of the government and people of Bermuda to the West Indian Association for taking up the initiative to begin a relief effort on behalf of our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean. I think even well beyond the presence of the West Indian Association, which has been in place since 1977, Bermuda's own connection with the Caribbean extends through her whole history as a settlement. That settlement in 1609, every century there has been certainly some part of our activity in life, whether it be the crops that were planted here in Bermuda, the trade upon which we relied, and the people who would come and settle ultimately. There's a diverse mix of people who are connected with the Caribbean. So we should see the Caribbean as our brothers and sisters.
So mark your calendars. The West Indian Association will host a telethon on October the 12th, a family day on November the 5th, and a Christmas event on December the 9th. Email wiabda@hotmail.com for more information on how to donate. Now turning to weather news, sunny breaks with a few possible showers for the next few days. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by the BF&M Insurance Group, and we have two hurricanes on the map, one far larger than the other. In fact, you could fit several of these Hurricane Lee-sized storms into one Hurricane Maria. Maria is a little closer to us, and Maria is going to impact us more significantly than Lee. Lee basically won't have any real impact on our forecast, although it is drifting barely south and west now. Lee's going to be a non-issue, eventually dragged out to sea to the north and east, a good distance away from us right now. Meanwhile, the big beast to our west is Hurricane Maria. It is sending some large high cloud cover our way, and here's another depiction of things. With the giant swirl, you'll notice that the heart of this storm will stay well to our west, so it's been nice that, while it has been a rough hurricane season for many to our south, we have been avoiding any serious trouble, specifically in Bermuda, and we like to keep things that way. There are some showers tied to this, though. You can see we've seen some occasional bands of rain, especially just rarely west of the island, but some of these have impacted us, and we're going to continue to see some impacts with extra moisture in the neighborhood later this week, also tied to Maria. And then Maria is going to deposit a little front-like feature on the map near us with additional showers in the area. When we look at the current temps, low 80s, 82s and 83s right now. Water temp is 83. We gained a degree there. Since Friday, humidity fairly high, winds active from the south. southeast at 10 to 20 knots, and that's creating a bit of a chop. 8 to 12 footers. Not the best news for the boaters. Waves on the inside of the reef will be around 2 to 3 feet. Tonight, breezy, warm. Spotty showers will be out there. In fact, maybe scattered showers, a step beyond spotty. And then into the day tomorrow, we'll go with a high of 84. Breezy, warm and humid with some showers here and there. And again, it is breezy because Maria is just off to our west. But we'll like to keep it that way. It will stay to our west and then eventually pass to our northwest and ultimately to our north at the end of the week. Tide forecast or tide chart here shows that we did have a high tide around midday. This evening, early in the evening, another low tide after midnight, 1:03 a.m. the next high tide, and then into the early hours of tomorrow around daybreak, another low tide just shy of 7 a.m. The Gateway forecast shows some unusual heat. Look at this, 87 in Toronto, 83 in New York, 80 in Boston. Doesn't look like fall, doesn't feel like fall. But this is about a 3 or 4 day warm-up that we are really, at least in some parts of the northeastern U.S., enjoying. And into the tropics, we have a tropical wave near Trinidad and Tobago, and Scarborough, Tobago, seeing some heavy showers there. Jamaica, some scattered showers as well. Hurricane Lee is to our east, Maria is to our west, and we are sandwiched in between with fewer hazards. But there are some showers, there are some big waves out there, and that'll be the case through the middle of the week. We'll be in the mid-80s into Friday, then a little bit of a cool down into Saturday. Dry Friday, then some scattered thunderstorms will be in the area on Saturday. We're going to send it back to you, and you can get more on the radio on Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
This spring, as you make the transition from your living room to your patio, bring a touch of class to your outdoor living space with a new patio set from Big Savings Zone. Our new line of outdoor furniture features a wide range of sectional sofas, round and rectangular dining tables, as well as matching chairs and umbrellas. Ashley's outdoor furniture is crafted for comfort and durability, boasting a state-of-the-art rust-free finish for years of enjoyment. Exclusively available at Big Savings Zone, Southside St. David's.
Island Soul, where fashion meets comfort. Island Soul provides fashionable footwear hand-selected by our podiatrist that offers premium comfort. Located at 60 Victoria Street, Hamilton, Island Soul contains a friendly trained staff prepared to assist you with our vast selection of footwear, both male and female, with all sizes and widths available. Compression and travel socks, amongst other accessories, are also available in addition to a shoe modification and repair service, making Island Soul a one-stop shop for all your footwear needs.
Police Week 2017. Join the Bermuda Police Service as we celebrate 138 years of policing in Bermuda. Events for the week include the Police Gymkhana, Saturday, September 30th. Elementary and middle school students are invited to come to Police Field and Prospect. Bring a bicycle and a helmet. Fun starts at 10 a.m. Police Memorial, Sunday, October 1st. The memorial will commence at 5:30 p.m. at the Police Cemetery on Alexander Road in Devonshire, followed by a sunset ceremony. The ever-popular Seniors Tea, 11 a.m. Tuesday, October 3rd. 3rd at the Hamilton Princess. Dynamic police displays Wednesday, October 4th. Come and watch live demonstrations on Police Field and Prospect. All students are welcome starting at 10 a.m. And this year we are proud to announce that the Halton Regional Police Service Pipes and Drums from Ontario, Canada will be performing during Police Week events on October 1st, 3rd, and 4th. More information can be found at www.bermudapolice.pm or search Bermuda Police on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The Bermuda Police Service, making Bermuda safer.
Turning to sports, Bermuda's bocce players compete in World Championships. Flora Duffy speaks after competing in the Tokyo Triathlon, and Bailey's Bay win the Champions of Champions Cup. Earl Baisden has these stories and much more in tonight's Sports Report.
Bermuda is being represented at the BizFed 2017 Kansas City World Bocce Open. On day one in the pairs, BC4, Bermuda pair Jamal Bean and Steve Wilson went down 11-0 to their opponents from Canada. They would then go down 5-1 to Argentina before going down 9-0 to Great Britain. Two-time World Triathlon champion Flora Duffy surprised many when she competed in the Tokyo Millennium Triathlon in Hamilton yesterday. Matt Thompson and Karen Smith were crowned the 2017 male and female individual champions. Duffy only took part in the swim, helping Ashley Estwanek and Martina Olszewski-Bell, calling themselves Tokyo 2020, win the team event, clocking 106.20. How much fun was it out here today? I know you only done the swim, but you got to see a lot of people that have watched you grow, what you develop, but to be a part of the Tokyo Triathlon today must have been special for you.
Yeah, it's really great to be here. I mean, Tokyo is a sponsor of mine, so it's really great that I could be here supporting their triathlon. And of course, you know, I grew up doing triathlons here, so it's pretty neat to come back, you know, when I race full time, and then of course to see all the kids here, and yeah, they all come running up to me and want me to sign something or take a photo with me, and that's pretty cool.
Thompson won his first senior triathlon event when he crossed the line in a time of 108.27. Alan Potts was second in a time of 108.57, and youngster Nick Pilgrim finished third in a time of 109.42. Smith finished fourth overall with a time of 110.41, while 2016 Bermuda Olympian Michelle Pearson was the second female finisher and ninth overall, clocking 116.14. Finishing 16th was the third female finisher, Maddie Durkin, who clocked 120 flat. Meanwhile, Tyler Smith competed in the European Triathlon Union Sprint Triathlon European Cup Elite Men's Race in Portugal on Saturday and finished 29th with a time of 57 minutes flat. Bailey's Bay are the 2017 Champions of Champions winners, this after their 8-wicket victory over Western Stars at St. John's Field yesterday. Western Stars won the toss and decided to bat, and they were bowled out for 102. Treadwell Gibbons was their top scorer with 15, while Derek Brinkman was the pick of the Bailey's Bay bowlers with figures of 10 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 21.
Looking for extra savings and free benefits
with car insurance
and home insurance?
Colonial has just the cover you need.
There's a free $250 gift voucher for new home insurance customers too, and 10% car insurance discount if you have home insurance.
With a claim service that's quick and friendly.
We call it cover without added costs.
Call for a quote on 296-3700 or visit cgigroup.com.
Colonial, where people come first.
One Communications is introducing world-class internet to Bermuda. It's called FiberWire, a state-of-the-art fiber optic network designed to deliver next-level connectivity to the island. What does that mean? Lightning-fast downloads, Ultra HD 4K streaming, an incredibly reliable connection. And we're automatically boosting our customers' current internet speed for free. Switch to One's FiberWire today and get the internet the way it's meant to be, fast. One gives you more.
Are you required to take one or more medications daily but have a hard time remembering when to take them? Does your family fear you may end up in the hospital because you often forget to take your meds? Or are you a caregiver looking for a time management tool designed to make your medication routine effortless? The Phoenix stores can help. With an MDS blister pack, a multi-dose packaging system that makes it easier to manage and take your medication. Each MDS blister pack contains medications for the week and is pre-packed, sealed, and labeled by a pharmacist. Prescriptions grouped by the day and the time of day you should take them, whether at breakfast, lunch, dinner, or bedtime. Plus, to ensure you're covered, each pack includes detailed, personalized instruction. Take confidence in knowing you're using your medications as the doctor planned. Visit the Phoenix stores to chat with the pharmacist and get your MDS blister pack today. The Phoenix stores, for a better life.
And that's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for sharing your Monday evening with us. Everyone, good night.